Hi guys, I hope you're all well. I hope you've all had a chance to practice the video from a couple of weeks ago. Talked about getting into the top of the backswing in a much more efficient position so that we can create a lot of room. Now I'm going to sort of continue with that process, if you like, of how we get back down into impact. What's the most efficient way? How do we create a lot of speed? And again, how do we sort of maintain that room that we've created at the top of the backswing? So just to run over the video from a couple of weeks ago, we talked about using this chair, which I'm going to continue with today. So getting half an inch away from it, rotating so that we're pushing the chair slightly off the back legs. So again, this is creating room. So from this angle, what you're going to see is the hips rotating and my chest turning over my right foot. Again, from here, so we're going to maintain this posture, so make sure our shoulders are facing down. So how do we get back to the golf ball from there? What's the most efficient way? How to generate speed? It's a question that we get asked quite a lot. You know, what's the process? What's the sequence? So what I want you guys to do, again, assuming that you're now in this position, that you've worked hard and you're in that position without thinking too much, because it's very difficult to think about that and then try and think about the next stage. But once you're comfortable, I want you to move on and have a little go at this. So we're going to get you to the top of the backswing, so about half inch or so away from the chair. We're going to rotate into that chair. I now want you to start the downswing by turning your lower half, so start the process with the hips. You'll see all the tour pros doing this. We're all going to be limited to how much rotation we can get. Things like flexibility, age, all of those things come into it. So how I want you to do it is I want you to keep the chair off of the back feet. So what I mean by that is I want you to maintain your right hip staying back as you turn your left hip to start your transition. So what we see in a lot of people is this right hip getting nearer the golf ball. Now, if you watch what happens there, you'll see how I'm coming away from the chair. I'm actually getting what we call early extension and coming up and out of the shot. And what you'll see from face on is it's very difficult to actually transition and get your weight onto the left side. So if I now bring my right hip near the golf ball, what we tend to do is spin out. That's a phrase you might have heard a lot, something that you might do. So again, let's just run back through that. I want you to get to the top of the backswing where the back legs are pushed off, and I want your first motion to be trying to keep this chest in the same position. See how much you can rotate by keeping your right hip back and turning your left. So again, don't let that right hip come nearer the golf ball, otherwise you can see this gap starting to appear between me and the chair. Best way to start this is actually standing bolt upright, and I want you just to work on, see how much rotation you can get in the lower half without the top half moving. So it's what we call disassociation. So what you'll see from a lot of the tour guys, especially someone like Rory, how he's able to really get his hips to the target and the top half's not moving too much. And that's how he generates a lot of speed. So again, the perfect sequence from the top of the downswing will be lower half, shoulders. So lower half, shoulders, hands, and then golf club. If you can put that into play with what Johnny talked about in last week's session of getting the club face sort of shut down into a stronger position, you're going to have a really, really powerful golf swing. You're really going to see some big changes in your ball flight when you get back on the golf course. Hopefully it's not too much longer now, guys. I hope that all made sense. If not, just drop us a message, get in touch, and we can sort of go over with you in greater detail if you like. Cheers, guys. Stay safe. See you soon.